The 2010s were all about comic book movies, but now it looks like the 2020s will be all about video game adaptations. From Sonic the Hedgehog to HBO's The Last of Us, video games are making a big splash on screens of all sizes. PlayStation is working on bringing some of their popular games to the big screen, like God of War and Horizon Zero Dawn. Let's take a closer look at one of their newer franchises that's getting the movie treatment, Ghost of Tsushima. Here's everything you need to know about the Ghost of Tsushima movie. Ghost of Tsushima is a new video game based on the Sucker Punch game. It's about a samurai named Jin who has to ditch his honor to save his family and home. In the game, it's 1274, and the Mongol Empire is causing chaos in Japan. As one of the few samurai left, you have to fight back against the invaders. But you can't rely on traditional samurai tactics. You have to embrace a new way of fighting called the Way of the Ghost. It's all about waging an unconventional war to free Japan from the Mongol Empire. PlayStation's official synopsis of the video game says, "The year is 1274. Samurai warriors are the legendary defenders of Japan until the fearsome Mongol Empire invades the island of Tsushima, wreaking havoc and conquering the local population. As one of the last surviving samurai, you rise from the ashes to fight back. But honorable tactics won't lead you to victory. You must move beyond your samurai traditions to forge a new way of fighting, the Way of the Ghost, as you wage an unconventional war for the freedom of Japan." There's no release date for Ghost of Tsushima yet. They haven't even started filming the movie, so it's gonna be a while before we can catch it in theaters. The guy who directed John Wick, Chad Stahelski, is gonna make a movie based on Ghost of Tsushima. The boss at PlayStation Productions, Asid Kizilbash, thinks Stahelski is awesome. He said they're pumped to team up with Chad and 8711 Entertainment to bring Jin's story to life on the big screen. They love working with creative folks like Chad who really care about the games, so they can make cool movies that fans and newbies will love. No one has been confirmed for the Ghost of Tsushima movie yet. There are whispers that Hiroyuki Sanada from Shogun might be involved, but nothing's set in stone. Keep an eye on our channel for updates. Stahelski revealed that the movie is going to be in Japanese, paying tribute to the place and time period it's set in. He said, "Honestly, it's going to touch on stuff that would scare the crap out of most folks. It's like a cool old-timey flick, inspired by Akira Kurosawa, who's a big deal to me when it comes to movies. We're going to use top-notch technology and focus on a timeless tale of good versus evil, following a dude as he either changes the world or gets changed by it. Think Joseph Campbell vibes all around." Stahelski went on to say, "So like, if we pull this off right, it would totally blow your mind visually. It's all about the characters. There's tons of potential for action and killer visuals. And honestly, we want to keep it authentic by having the entire cast be Japanese and speaking in Japanese. Sony is fully backing us on this, which is awesome. I've been visiting Japan since I was a teenager, and I absolutely adore the country, the people, and the language. It's a challenge to direct a film in a language that's not my own and shift my mindset to bring out the coolness in a way that still appeals to a Western audience." Even though North American audiences are usually cool with watching movies in different languages, Stahelski knows it's still tough for a Japanese flick to really hit it big with the masses. He said, "Nobody is going to hand me $200 million to make a tech-heavy movie without speaking English. I understand that. So I need to be smart and figure out what makes sense financially for the project and the studio while still achieving my goals and making it incredible. It's a big challenge, but I think we're in a time where people are more open to watching subtitled films. I'm like you, I'll read subtitles all day. With the influence of Netflix and other streaming platforms, Western audiences are becoming more accustomed to watching content from around the world." Stahelski added, "Do you think people will actually go see it in theaters? I'm confident they will, as long as everything else is good. I'm worried that it might not do well if the visuals aren't great, the action is just okay, and the story is unclear. But if I can nail everything else, I'm sure I can convince you to come with me to the movies." In an interview with Screen Rant, Stahelski revealed that the script for Ghost of Tsushima is all done and dusted, saying, "We got a script in the works, almost got our act together on that. Development can be a real headache, dealing with studios, strikes, and finding locations. You gotta really push for things to happen. My top projects right now are Highlander and Ghost of Tsushima. Both are awesome properties, but I gotta say the story of Ghost is one of my all-time favorites." Stahelski talked about how tough it is to meet fan expectations, especially with all those crappy video game movies that have come before. "We just want to make sure we get it right, you know? Video game movies can be hit or miss, so we're really taking our time and making sure we do it justice. We're working super closely with the game creators to stay true to what makes the game so awesome." If you're itching to see Ghost of Tsushima's awesome story for yourself before the movie comes out, you can hop on your PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 and start playing. Don't have a PlayStation? No problem. Sony recently put the game on Steam for PC. Just make sure your computer can handle the game's specs and get ready to jump in.